Hey, yeah, so I'm coming out here, I pulled my trail cameras and I'm going to be moving them to a different part of the property. Hopefully anticipating a little bit of the buck rut movement. I grabbed my 22 and brought it today just in case I see a squirrel. I've already seen a few, but I've got a long journey to get these cameras put out. So if I can and I do see a squirrel, I'm gonna take a shot at it. But I'm not going to sacrifice my mission for the squirrels. They'll just be, if they're in my way, on my way, I'll try to snatch one. So I'll get back on here if I can find a squirrel to record and shoot at. I'm no top-notch sniper, and it's the 22, so we'll see what happens. Hey guys, I'm working my way up this hill here, and there's a deer standing up there, probably 40 yards. I can't tell what it is, but it doesn't know that I'm here. So I'm just gonna stand here with my binoculars and see if I can determine what it is. Because this is a pretty good little area that I can sneak into and kill something. But my word, you'd have to be so close to killing anything. She's literally standing there. She might actually be 30 yards. There's no way, even if I had my bow, that I could sneak an arrow through that. But that's pretty cool to see. Good little bedding area that they know they're protected from the right now, up until right now, the thermals would be pulling down the hill, so they got everything coming from the top of the hill. They can keep an eye. This is so thick, ain't nothing getting through there without them knowing. Just like she's sitting there watching me. I'm really surprised she hasn't spooked yet. But as the morning thermals heat up, they'll kind of work their way on up to catch more of the stuff below them. So I wish I could show you better on film, but it's a big mature doe. There's no antlers on her. So it's been really cool to get that on film. So I'm gonna scoot on out up this way. I know she's gonna spook, but I've got a long way to go. So I'm just gonna start walking and see if she spooks here. She's right in there. I just got my binoculars out. That's an 8-point buck. There's so much foliage between me and him that I couldn't see it. He is standing there staring at me. Okay. I am within 30 yards of an 8-point buck in daylight with a daggone squirrel gun. Oh, there he goes. see that this GoPro doesn't zoom in very well. So, I just heard it blow. So I'm thinking, let's go over there and see if we can get a camera deployed. I've got no service right here, so wouldn't be a great place for a cell cam, and that's all I have with me. But oh man, that is every bit of 17 inches wide. That was really cool. I'm glad I got to see it before I spooked it. I thought it was a doe because all I could see was just the big massive ears. I could see a massive body though. And I moved on up here and the timber above it, between me and it, kind of cleared up. Pulled my binos out. That was a beautiful buck. That was definitely a shooter. That was really cool. So I may, since he's already spooked, I may go on over that way. See if I can find like a little bedding area, travel corridor or something that I could hunt, because I could definitely get in here on a quiet morning. Wet leaves, I could sneak and get where I need to go. So I'll run over there and see what I can find. He spooked. It sounded like he went about 100 yards away, so I don't really want to tromp around in his bed, but I do want to see if I can get any service and throw a camera out here. Okay, so I've worked my way on uphill a little bit. I finally got some cell phone service, which means my cell cams should work, and that I'll be on the outside of this bedding area. This isn't where I planned to put my cameras, but I just seen a buck in daylight that I snuck within 30 yards of. So that tells me I'm probably in the right area. And what's even better is I wasn't really trying to sneak. I was moving a little slowly in case I'd seen a squirrel. And I stopped to take a break, catch my breath for a second. As you all could probably see in that video, I was sweating. Trying to keep my sweat down and not overexert myself this morning, because I did plan on going pretty deep. But I'm looking for some signs, some rub scrapes, anything outside of this bedding area here. I've got 6 cell cams with me, so I can litter this whole side of the hill and find out if he's going in, coming out of somewhere or something, because he ain't coming the way that I came. So he's got to be coming from out this way. I'm just looking for scrapes and rubs and stuff. Over there on that tree, this tree right here, looks like there's about a belly high rub. So I'm looking to see if there's anything else, maybe like a rub line on the outside of his bedding area that I can just litter with cameras and get out of here. I do not feel good about standing here as far as blowing the spot out. But for me to really pick an area, I really think that this would be a ground hunting area. If he was to climb a tree, he'd have to be directly under you, or you'll never see him, you'll never get to shoot at him. So probably just gonna work my way laterally around his bedding area here, because it's so thick in there that I can always slip up on the backside, catch them falling thermals in the morning, and come in here and try to kill him. If I had my bow, I may have been able to kill that deer. Not saying I would have been able to. Saying I may have been able to, because he was within range. Broadside, standing there for 10 minutes. So he was onto me, he was looking my direction, but he did not spook until I decided to spook him, so I probably could have dipped behind a tree, just waited, or dipped behind a tree and scoot up a few yards, and I think I may have been able to kill that deer. I'm really upset at my weapon decision this morning. Definitely wish I brought my bow in here. Could have been tagged out already, so I've still got a draw hunt. We don't know if we got drawn yet, but we put in for a draw hunt. We may get drawn. It's a good chance we didn't get drawn last year. So we may get drawn, and then we'll be hunting some state resort parks that are unpressured. So I want to work my way around here and see if I can find a good area to put this, because he's not going to have this crazy beat down trail like a herd of does. He's going to have just a little trail in, a little trail out. I looked for sheds on the way in here and didn't see anything, but like I said, I don't want to stomp around, but I do want to find out a good way to hunt this, because I'm off Wednesday. I may slip in here in the morning and see if I can meet up with him again. So I found a place I'm going to put a camera. There's a down tree behind the camera and a down tree here, so I think if I put the camera facing this way, it'll catch everything funneling into me. And like I said, I do have service here. I do have service, so a cell cam will work. I'm gonna try to put this camera up a little bit and angle it down, just because I don't want to be right in the buck's face whenever he comes through here. I imagine that was a 2.5, 3-year-old deer, which I would absolutely take any day. He was very wide. He was so wide I thought he was a doe, because I looked directly above his head and didn't see anything. But they were so far out. So I'm gonna put a camera here and see if I can catch him coming in and out of here. There's a little trail, like a funnel, leading into that bedding area. That I think no matter which way he comes, I will be able to catch him on this camera. So I'm gonna throw it out here and see what happens. Well, I guess my stroke of genius paid off. I put my camera up there on the tree. I'm really trying to pay attention to this corridor right here. And I'll step back here to see if the camera would pick it up. And I think I'm in the right area. So that's pretty cool. Exactly where I want the camera to capture. There's signs, so like I said, I'm gonna move laterally left and right around here. I guess this turned into more of a scouting mission, and my goal was just to go ahead and there's a trail there. So this is actually pretty good. My goal was just to come in here, get way back in there, throw some cameras out where I suspect some road activity to be. But I can't turn down a deer actually being here right now. Sign. And if I'm on the outside of the bedding area with the camera, I'll know when he goes in, when he goes out, and I'll be able to hopefully kill that deer within a couple of weeks. That'd be pretty cool. So there's no acorns dropping whatsoever down here. So I don't think that this is a feeding area at all, unless it's forage. There's several acorns dropping, but not here. It's just a very thick, hidden gem, hopefully. I've seen no other hunter sign, no shotgun shells, no tree stands, no cameras, no anything, which is a good sign. So hopefully they don't find mine and figure out where I'm hunting at. So I'm gonna move around, look for my next place, because like I said, I've got 6 cameras. That's enough to cause some damage. I found a squirrel. I'm not really on any deer trail right now, so I might try to go after it. I'll bring y'all with me. Let's see, come down the tree right there. got him. Alright, so I missed on him on the first shot, but I got that squirrel. That's probably a 60-yard shot with this little air rifle 22. So that's pretty cool. Let's go get him. On my way to retrieve that squirrel that I shot. I heard another squirrel right here above me cutting. I'm gonna hang out here a second and see if I can take a shot at it too. There's more squirrels all around there. They must be feeding in here. Something vicious. But we'll do a quick update on the there we go, on the trail cameras. I was able to find 3 really good entrances to that buck bedding area. I put 1 camera facing each buck bedding area. That way, if he's coming or going, I'll be able to catch him. And there's 3 spots, so maybe I'll have most of his main entrances. We'll see. On the last one that I put out, so they're dual SIM card Muddy Mitigator 2.0 cameras. On the last camera that I put out, my cell phone did not have any service, but where it's a dual SIM card, it runs on Verizon and AT&T. So although you may not have Verizon service, you may have AT&T service, and it was definitely in my best interest to have those dual SIM cards, because I put it on the tree that I really wanted. It was about the only tree that I could capture everything I needed to, and there was no service on my phone. And I thought, man, I'm gonna have to move this. That way I can get service, because I don't want to be paying on a service for a cell cam and not have cell service for that camera. So I was gonna have to move it. And I ran the camera and it blinked and it said it didn't have service, and I was like, okay. So I turned it off and turned it back on, and it found service. So I'm assuming it found some AT&T service. So as long as it can find service once a day, I don't care. As long as it sends me the photos, I'm happy. So that's something to be mindful of when you're buying some trail cameras. If you can splurge a little bit and get the dual SIM cards, I think most of them are going that way. If there's a 0 AT&T service, it'll switch to Verizon towers and still send you cell phone pictures. It does not matter what cell phone provider you have. So keep that in mind when you're looking at cameras. Alright guys, so shot that squirrel up there in that limb split, that fork. And heart shot. That's pretty cool. I got to capture it on film. I took a couple of shots at some other squirrels, just pop shots that way too far, but I'm testing the limits of this little Gammo Urban, so that's definitely a perfect shot. Fell probably 35 feet to the ground. I'm actually working my way up towards this little pinch point that I was wanting to put a camera on anyway, so I hear a bunch of squirrels squawking and going crazy yelling up the hill from me, so what I'll do is try to slide up around, throw a couple more cameras out, and I've got 3 more, so I'd like to deploy them all. If I'm going to pay for them, I want them in the woods. They don't do no good sitting on the counter. So got me a squirrel, got me some cameras to put out. Ain't gonna work. I'm gonna find somewhere else. Well, I did not bring my backup battery for the GoPro, so probably going to die before I get out of here, so I want to go ahead and do an outro. So I'm going to throw a couple more cameras where I can get service, and just head out of here and see what I get over the next few days on that bedding area. That's my main concern. But I know that I've bumped some does out of this spot behind me, so I think it's a doe bedding area, buck bedding area over there. So maybe between the two I can catch some rep movement. So appreciate y'all watching. I did get a new GoPro with a external mic, so hopefully the audio comes across a little bit better. I know when I was like grabbing my handle and stuff on the GoPro handle here, it kind of translated some noise through the microphone, and I didn't like that. So this one has an external mic built into the case, and should be a lot better as far as picking up audio. So appreciate y'all watching. I'm gonna skin the squirrel out and maybe try to tan the hide. I've not ever done that, so don't know if I'm going to or not. Don't hold me to it. So, thanks for watching, guys. Get drawn outdoors.